Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. Tonight is a good one. This one is a stop gone wrong from flight to fight in Fairview Park. This happens in Ohio. We'll watch the video and we'll talk about the charges at the end. The charges in this video are assault on a peace officer, possession of drug abuse instruments, obstructing official business, and resisting arrest. With that, we'll watch the video and I'll speak to you at the end. Enjoy.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
The reason I'm stomping is your age got expired plates on this car. Okay. Doing.
I'm doing good.
The reason I'm stomping is your age got expired plates on this car. Okay.
Car. I just picked it up. I'm doing work for him. I understand.
All right. See driver's license, please. Proof of insurance.
With me. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't have one. I'm working to get it back. I'm a single father. I'm doing what I can.
All right. You have any ID whatsoever?
Just credit cards with my name on them, and I got it unpaid. It's gonna show up in warrant, man.
Do you have some ID on you, ma'am?
Yeah, she does.
Can I see some ID, please?
I don't have it. I do not have a card.
So neither of you are carrying any ID on you?
I got my credit cards with my name on them. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, I could have credit cards with somebody's name on them too.
Right. I got a social security card here.
So let me see what you got there as far as ID.
I got my gas fuel cards, social security card, my direct express card. I mean, like I said, if you run me, it's gonna come back to a warrant, man.
And you're David.
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you just give me a break.
Well, we'll discuss that in a moment. All right, you can have this back.
Okay.
And miss, you have no ID on you?
I'm gonna look. Are you gonna run him?
Well, what's your social security number?
I don't know by heart. I had a stroke. I had a stroke about a year ago.
I'm gonna give you one chance. I'm gonna give you one chance. All right, don't lie to me about who you are.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
It's your only chance to be truthful. You got it? What's your name?
Holly.
Holly what? Holly what? I'll be right with you. Hold on, please. He's wanted out of the sheriff's office. He's got all kind of warrants. He's got to have like 4 of them. Sheriff's office, Twinsburg, Parma, Morgan County, SR. Call Rocky River Home Depot.
Calling the Home Depot. This call may be recorded. Tell me how I can help.
Customer service. Customer service. Customer service. Customer service.
To connect you to the right person, briefly describe what you're calling about.
Manager. Store manager.
I'll connect you with someone who can help.
I hate these voice prompts. Hi, this is the Rocky River. Hi, it's the Rocky River Police Department.
Yes?
We're out with somebody. Did you guys just have somebody walk out the doors with a pressure washer?
Oh.
We just stopped the car like 5 minutes ago, and they got a brand new pressure washer, and I don't believe he has a receipt. He would have just left your store within the last 10 minutes.
Okay, let me check with another register. Hold on 1 second.
Did you see him come out? Yeah, I saw him come out carrying that. I was sitting over by the garden center watching him.
No one saw anything, so he might have been very sneaky. It could have happened that he walked by, yeah.
All right, thanks. Hey, get over here. Where are you going to go? Where do you think you're going to go? You better, where do you think you're going to go? You better. Get on the ground right now. Get on the ground. 23 to radio. Give me another car. I got this female fighting with 9.
Get up there, I can't breathe. Get up there, I can't breathe.
Lay down. Lay down.
I can't breathe.
Don't move. Get your hand behind your back right now.
Stop, please.
Get your hand behind your back right now. Lay down.
Please stop, please stop.
23, we're at Aldi's. Hands behind your back.
Please stop. Even store's going a second. Stop.
You just picked up a felony.
Please stop. Stop. I can't breathe. Stop.
You can breathe fine.
No.
I have female fighting with one of my officers in all these parking lots.
Stop. I said stop.
Put your hand behind your back right now.
Stop.
Hand behind your back right now.
Stop. Okay. Sir, stop. Stop.
65, 50, can you go to 3?
I gotta go hospital.
Flip over behind your back.
No. I have to hospital. Ma'am, call 911, please. Please.
Go ahead, come.
No.
Do not resist.
So much.
Do not resist.
Insurance coming out a second. Insurance coming out a second. Sir, no. Let me out. Let me out, please. Oh, please. Please.
You got her?
Yeah. Not bleeding, am I? She whacked me in the temple with that thing. Not bleeding, am I? She whacked me in the temple with that thing.
No. Stand up. You got it? We're not going to play games. Let's go.
Please stop.
You just picked up a felony. Assault on a police officer.
Please go outside.
Get in the car. Sit in the car.
Got her in the car.
Okay.
All right.
Were you in this car, ma'am? Are you okay? Did she say anything to you, or? Okay. All right, don't go anywhere till I can ID you, okay? Thanks.
That,
You all right?
that lady in that Mercedes, you want to get a statement from her? Yeah. This girl tried to jump in her passenger seat. No, it was straightforward. She just jumped out of the car, took off with a jack handle in her hand, and turned around, swung at me, and clipped me in the side of the head. No, it was straightforward. She just jumped out of the car, took off with a jack handle in her hand, and turned around, swung at me, and clipped me in the side of the head, and tried to get in that car, and that's about it.
All right, we got to get him out of the car. He's got warrants as well, and we'll go from there.
You send fire up here to all.
All right, now I'm sure you're aware of your warrants, right?
Yeah.
All right, step on out.
So what do
Set everything up here.
What do I have for warrants?
Okay. All right, you got a bunch of them. All right, I'm sure you're aware. Leave everything up on the hood.
All right, Nick.
All right, everything up there. All right. Good.
So what is all my warrants for?
All right, you have too many to list.
No, ain't no way.
Oh, you've got at least 4 of them.
It's got to be Dave Jr. Ain't no way I got 4.
Your picture. Unless you give me bad info on who you are.
No, sir. Would never do that.
Anything on you?
No, sir. No, sir.
Anything I'm gonna get stuck with?
Nope.
Any weapons in the car?
Nope. I don't play like that.
No weapons. All right. Anything in the car you're not supposed to have? Drugs, needles?
No, hell no.
All right.
Hell no.
Well, I can tell she's on something. All right.
All right.
I don't want to listen. You're with her. All right. So you know what she's doing.
They were fighting.
I don't want one of these guys to get poked when we start looking in the car.
Oh no, you ain't gotta worry about that.
You got it. All right.
That's a fact.
I mean, once we heard they were
Could you grab my phone and stuff?
We'll get it in a minute.
All right. So what's my warrant? I don't know.
You got numerous warrants.
What do you mean by numerous though? There's only 2 that I know.
Have a seat.
What happened?
I stopped the car. They were at Home Depot. I saw this guy walk out with a pressure washer in the back of the car. Expired plates, warrants on the owner. Stop it. Right away, they both, yeah. She was real shy about giving me info. He gave me his. So as I'm running it, Greg's watching him. At the last second, just as I'm calling it in, she hops out of the car, takes off. He goes to grab her, carrying the jack handle. Turns around, whacks him in the head with the jack.
Huh?
She's in my car?
She's in my car. He's in your car.
Oh.
I'm getting his phone.
How do you want to proceed with that?
I don't know. It's felony, so I don't know if it really matters that much. But she definitely turned around and whacked him in the head with that. So I didn't even get to run through everything because she took off and started this whole thing. So, and obviously I want to find out what's going on with the pressure washer. He has no receipt, but I called Home Depot. That's who I was on the phone with. I was trying to talk to you because they wouldn't answer. And they said they didn't see anything. So we'll go from there. So where's your receipt for that power washer?
It should be on the front seat.
On the front seat.
Yep.
All right. All right, here's what we got. Stop the car. I did. Expired plates, shows warrants. They were Home Depot. I think he stole that pressure washer that's in there. As we're IDing him, she hops out of the car, takes off, tries to get in that Mercedes over there.
Driver?
The passenger. She takes off, tries to get in that car. She's carrying a jack handle. As Greg goes to grab her, she turns around and whacks Greg in the head with the jack handle.
Where's Greg?
He's over here somewhere.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. She just grazed him. But she had a weapon in her hand and swung at him.
Oh, yeah.
We had a fight with her outside of the car. She's got a little bit of road rash. Hey, I fight with her outside of the car. She's got a little bit of road rash. I got a quick question. Come here. They can deal with that. So our question is, since the assault took place in Fairview, you want Fairview to handle the felony assault.
Yep.
He's fine, but he did get whacked in the head. So
What about her?
she's got some road rash from rolling around. She was fighting with us, resisting arrest. So that's where we're at.
Stopped it. Greg was right with you.
Yeah.
Behind you.
Yeah. And then as we're IDing him, she hops out of the car and takes off. And then tries hopping into that lady's car.
Like somebody was in the car?
Yeah.
To get in it? To steal it?
I don't know what she was trying to do.
In the driver's seat or passenger?
She tried to get in the passenger seat, and the lady was in the driver's seat. So she tried jumping in that car. So
crazy. Desperate times, right?
Come on. Get your feet underneath you. Don't fall. Don't play that game. Get your feet under you. Walk with me. Don't start throwing yourself on the ground.
Straight your legs.
And you're the owner of the car, and she jumped in the car?
Yeah, she opened the front passenger side door and tried to get in, and the two policemen apprehended her and pulled her out before.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, you got, your key there. I thought it was a mace for a minute. I'm like, whoa, you're ready to go.
No.
All right.
Anything else you need?
No, that's it. We'll contact you if we need any further information. We appreciate it. You're okay?
Yep.
You're not harmed or you don't need an ambulance or anything?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
All right.
Yep.
Sure it was a surprise to you as it was to us.
I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had just turned the car on to leave.
Right.
So, but,
yeah. Okay.
All right.
If you need anything, call us, okay?
All right, thank you.
At least she didn't break my glasses. I would have been pissed.
you got a camera? Somebody grab a camera. We got paraphernalia. We got felony drugs.
Are the drugs in there?
Yeah. I've got
I'll go see if I have some bags.
I got felony drugs here. I'm sure that's something. But I want this blown away. I'll take this whole thing back. I'm gonna set it here.
Did Home Depot confirm, or?
What do you think? They're clueless. So
I mean, it would be easy to confirm whether you had a purchase of that in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, he claims the receipt was in here. Yeah, I got all kind of needles in here.
All right, I've got plastic bags in the Sharps container if you need one.
Is she getting transferred?
Yeah, I'll need a Sharps container.
Here, you want this now or later?
I'm gonna grab everything in a minute. Let me just see what's here first.
Is this first staying here with the car, or is that going to?
I'm gonna scratch these guys some sights and stuff.
Yeah, eventually I can't do everything. All I know is she ran up to the door holding that pipe and tried climbing in the car. And then at that point, Greg grabbed her, and after you told her, come back here, she turned around, swung at him, hit him in the head with it. And at that time, the fight was on. So go over to Home Depot and see if they can find anything regarding this guy buying this power washer.
Okay.
We're going to tow this back. We'll hold on to it. He doesn't have a receipt. I can't find it anywhere in there. I called them, but trying to talk to them on the phone is clueless because they're just... Where'd the receipt go between Home Depot and here? I looked. I couldn't find it. Well, we'll be able to find you at the register on their videotape, so we'll go from there.
Start at like 3:45. I'll meet you at the station around unless you need anything.
Yeah, that's fine. We can go from there as soon as Cuffner gets here.
Okay, so how'd you feel about that one? That was quite interesting there at the end. And before we jump off into the law, let's talk for a second. Now, as the professor telling you about the law and situations as I've seen, it seems like it's a good idea to know who you're going to be riding with in a car. if the person you're going to be riding with has outstanding warrants, if you are stopped for a traffic stop, everyone in the car is going to be asked what their information is. That could cause additional scrutiny to be once again back on you if you are the driver of the car. Even if you are the passenger in the car. Keep that in mind. Let's jump into our first charge here. Assault on a police officer. All right. Now, this is broken down several different ways in Ohio. Okay. Now, as you saw, there's two different police departments involved in this situation. You have the Rocky River and you have the Fairview Park police departments. And once again, they're about 3 miles apart. But what you saw her try to hit this guy with a tire jack, okay? That's that background image you see there with the guy holding his hands up. All right. In Ohio, assaulting a police officer is considered a serious offense with enhanced penalties compared to assault on civilians. The Ohio Revised Code outlines various assault offenses with specific provisions for assaults against police officers. Assault. Ohio Revised Code, Section 2903.13. Knowingly causing or attempting to cause physical harm to another. All right. The penalty is a misdemeanor in the first degree. It says general assault offenses are typically classified as first degree misdemeanors, punishable by up to half a year in jail, a fine of up to $1,000. You have the fourth degree felony. If a victim is a peace officer performing official duties, the offense is elevated to a fourth degree felony, a penalty between 6 months and 18 months in prison, a fine of up to $5,000. All right, you have the enhanced penalty provision. Assaults resulting in serious physical harm to an officer, the court is mandated to impose a prison term of at least 12 months. All right. The next one is aggravated assault. This is found at 2903.12. All right. It says committing assault under sudden passion or rage brought on by serious provocation. This starts off as a felony of the fourth degree. All right, it says it's a felony of the third degree if the victim is a peace officer performing official duties. The offense is elevated to the third degree, punishable between 9 and 36 months in prison, a fine of up to $10,000. All right, let's look at this felonious assault. This is found at 2903.11. To knowingly cause serious physical harm or causing or attempting to cause physical harm with a deadly weapon. All right. I want this one because the deadly weapon portion is something we're going to have to analyze here in a moment. Okay. So the penalty is a felony in the second degree. Standard felonious assault offenses are second degree felonies, punishable between 2 and 8 years in prison, a fine of up to $15,000. All right. Felony of the first degree if the victim is a peace officer performing official duties. The offense is elevated to a first degree felony carrying penalties of 3 to 11 years in prison, a fine of up to $20,000. If the assault results in serious physical harm to the officer, the court is mandated to impose a prison term of at least 3 years. They give us the definition of a peace officer. This includes police officers, sheriffs, state highway patrol troopers, and other law enforcement personnel, all defined under the Ohio Revised Code, Section 2935.13. 5.01. All right, it says they must be engaged in official duties at the time of the assault. Assaulting, all right, yes. In any state, it doesn't have to be just in Ohio. Any state, if you are being charged with assaulting a police officer or battery on a police officer, you should definitely consult with an attorney, okay? This is a very serious offense that could carry potential penalties and enhancements, okay? And that's almost recognized in every state, all right? Officers are protected. They're a protected class, okay? Let's move into our next one. Let's see, we have, all right, we have Ohio law for possession of drug abuse instruments. This says, in Ohio, the possession of drug abuse instruments is governed by the Ohio Revised Code, Section 2925.12. This says this statute makes it illegal to knowingly make, obtain, possess, or use any instrument or article or thing whose customary and primary purpose is the administration or use of a dangerous drug other than marijuana when the instrument involved is a hypodermic or syringe and it has been used by the offender to unlawfully administer or use a dangerous drug, or to prepare a dangerous drug for unlawful administration or use. All right, the penalties. All right, I see they're both misdemeanors. You have a misdemeanor of the second degree and a misdemeanor of the first degree. All right, the misdemeanor of the second degree is for a first-time violation. All right, it carries a punishment of up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $750. Misdemeanor in the first degree, it carries a penalty of up to half a year in jail, a fine of up to $1,000. Looks like a driver's license can be suspended for up to 5 years if you're found guilty of this charge. All right. Let's look at, okay, next, obstructing official business. This is found in the Ohio Revised Code, Section 2921.31. All right, it says this prohibits individuals from purposefully hindering or delaying a public official's lawful duties without privilege to do so. All right, they have some key elements. Let's look at the act requirement. All right, the individual must commit an act that hampers or impedes the public official in performing their lawful duties. You must have a purposeful intent. The act must be carried out with a specific intent to prevent, obstruct, or delay the public official's performance. You also have to have a lack of privilege. The individual must not have any legal right or privilege to perform the obstructive act. Penalties. Looks like you have misdemeanor in the second degree and you have felony in the fifth degree. Interesting. All right. So misdemeanor in the second degree, it says generally obstructing official business is classified as a second degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $750. Now this felony in the fifth degree, it says if the violation creates a risk of physical harm to any person, the offense escalates to a fifth degree felony, carrying penalties of up to 6 months to 12 months in prison, and a fine of up to $2,500. All right, it says examples of obstructing. All right, they give us a couple examples. It says providing false information to law enforcement during an investigation, interfering with police officers' attempt to arrest another individual, tampering with evidence to impede a criminal investigation. All right, probably providing false information to the law enforcement or failing to provide a ID. That's probably why they charged this one. All right, let's go to resisting arrest. All right, Ohio law for resisting arrest, and I have in my search resisting arrest with violence. Pull back in Ohio, resisting arrest is governed by the Ohio Revised Code, section 2921.33. It outlines the offense and its associated penalties. All right, the definition. Basic offense. It's unlawful for any person, recklessly or by force, to resist or interfere with a lawful arrest of themselves or another person. Let's look at the penalties. It says it's a misdemeanor of the second degree when you're talking about resisting arrest without causing physical harm. It's classified as a second degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $750. All right, it's a misdemeanor in the first degree if during the resistance the individual causes physical harm to a law enforcement officer. The offense elevates to a first-degree misdemeanor, carrying penalties of up to 180 days in jail, a fine of up to $1,000. Felony of the fourth degree. It becomes a felony of the fourth degree if the individual either recklessly causes physical harm to the police officer with a deadly weapon or brandishes a deadly weapon during the resistance. The level of this offense could result in a prison term ranging from 6 months to 18 months and a fine of up to $5,000. Definition of a deadly weapon. Deadly weapon is defined as any instrument capable of inflicting death and designed or adapted for use as a weapon, or possessed, carried, or used as a weapon. Okay, that's kind of important for this one. All right, let's quickly move into probable cause, and then I will let you all go for the day. Okay? Okay, so let's talk about probable cause. So we have 6 steps today, guys. It's increasing. We went from 3, now we're up to 6. But let's go over these. These are fairly, fairly commonsensical with some of them. All right, we'll go to the lowest burden of proof, mere suspicion. All right, mere suspicion is the lowest standard. It's not really used or accepted as a reason or a ability to go arrest anyone in the United States. Mere suspicion is simply a generality, a stereotype, or anything of that nature. It's much lower than reasonable suspicion. Reasonable suspicion requires that an officer be able to articulate a sort of individualized idea that something is going on, that there's some criminal activity afoot, something of that nature. When you get to probable cause, which is about, we'll say about maybe 35%, a 35% belief that there's something going on, you're able to be very individualized, saying that I know that it's going toward this person has done something wrong, and I can tell you that I was at this place, I received these witnesses that told me this information. Therefore, we believe we have probable cause for this arrest. All right, fine. Preponderance of the evidence. That's about 51% of the evidence points to someone doing something wrong. Okay, so remember 51%. So it's saying more likely than not, this person committed this crime, or this crime has been committed. That's probably the better way of saying it. This crime has been committed. The evidence points to it's more likely than not that the crime has been committed. Clear and convincing. This is our new one for today. This is about 75%. All right, you don't see it that often, okay? You see it more on the civil side when you're dealing with things like fraud and things of that nature. You need to be able to have enough evidence to show that it's a high likelihood. It's a high likelihood that this person did this, but it's not necessarily at the criminal standard of beyond a reasonable doubt. That's why we give it a number of about 75%. 65 to 75%, okay? Now, the 95% is still beyond a reasonable doubt. All right? So if you go beyond a reasonable doubt, that's the criminal standard. All elements must be met beyond a reasonable doubt. All right? We see here, all right, that the main crime that we're talking about is this assault on a police officer. All right? It's clear. There's some sort of assault that happens here. She turns around and look. She hits him with this bar. All right. And we know it's some sort of metal bar. We hear it clang to the ground.
Lay down.
I can't breathe.
When he gets away from her. All right. So whether he was hit or not, she tried to. She definitely tried to whack him. And play whack-a-mole with his head, basically. But anyways, how do you feel about this situation here? Let's look at the female suspect's end result. She was found guilty, or she pled guilty to attempted felonious assault and resisting arrest. She was sentenced to 3 to 4.5 years in a women's facility. Leave a comment below and we'll discuss. With that, this is Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross, and I will see you in our next lecture tomorrow. We have some Veterans Day videos we want to share, and I think you'll enjoy. With that, you all enjoy your Sunday. I am Professor Ross. This is Advocacy Alchemy. Have a good day.